Some rides you forget by the next morning. Some rides change the way you see the world. And then there are rides that test who you are as a person. Last night I got one of those. I drive nights for Uber. Nothing unusual. Airport runs, late dinners, bar pickups, tired college kids heading home. Most rides blur together. This one didn't. It was close to midnight when I got a ping near the county fairgrounds. The place had just closed. I accepted the ride. 30 seconds later, my phone buzzed with a message from the rider. "When you get here, can you pretend to be my boyfriend?" I actually read it twice. I replied, "What do you mean?" She wrote back, "I just need you to act like you know me. Like you're not my Uber driver." That was it. No explanation. Now I'll be honest, my first thought was, this is how horror movies start. But something about the message felt urgent. Not flirty, not playful. Urgent. Before I pulled up, I did something I've never done before. I peeled my Uber and Lyft stickers off the windshield and tucked them under my seat. I even turned off the little light-up sign on my dash. I hesitated, but I also slipped my wedding ring into my pocket. I felt weird doing that, but if I was going to play the part, I had to look believable. As I pulled up, I saw her. She was standing near the entrance. Next to her stood a guy, tall, tense, too close to her space. The moment she saw my car, she rushed forward like she'd been waiting for a rescue boat. She opened the door, leaned in, and said loudly, "Hey babe, sorry I'm late." And before I could respond, she kissed my cheek. That's when I knew this wasn't a joke. The guy stepped forward. "Who's this?" I rolled down the window and tried to sound casual. "Hey man, everything good?" She grabbed my arm and squeezed it tight. The guy's jaw clenched. "I didn't know you had a boyfriend." She didn't look at him. "I told you I was meeting someone." The tension in the air felt thick. Heavy, wrong. He stepped closer to the car. It's too close. For a second I thought this might turn physical. Then she opened the passenger door, slid inside and shut it fast. "Drive," she whispered. I didn't need to be told twice. As we pulled away, I checked the rearview mirror. He stood there staring at us, not waving, not yelling, just staring. And we drove in silence for about 30 seconds. Then she exhaled like she'd been holding her breath all night. "I'm so sorry," she said. "I didn't know what else to do." She explained that the guy was someone she'd met earlier at the fair. Friendly at first, then pushy, then controlling. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He followed her when she tried to leave. Her friends had already gone home. She didn't feel safe walking to her car alone. So she requested an Uber and made a quick decision. I figured if he thought I had a boyfriend coming to pick me up, he'd back off. I nodded. "You did the right thing," I told her. Halfway through the ride, she looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "Thank you for playing along." Some drivers probably would have canceled. That hit me, because she was right. It would have been easier to cancel. Safer, less complicated. But sometimes the smallest choice, saying yes instead of no, makes all the difference. When we got to her apartment, I didn't just drop her off. I parked. I walked her to the building entrance. We stood there awkwardly for a second. She gave me a small smile and said, "You probably saved me from a really bad situation tonight." I shrugged. "That's what boyfriends are for, right?" She laughed. The first real laugh since she got in the car, and she walked inside safely. I sat in my car for a minute afterward, and I put my wedding ring back on. On the drive home, I kept thinking about how fast things can turn. How vulnerable someone can feel in a moment most of us wouldn't think twice about. I've driven thousands of rides, but that night reminded me of something important. Sometimes you're not just a driver. Someone's escape plan, someone's shield, someone's proof that not all strangers are dangerous. The next morning, I woke up to a notification. She had left a 5-star review. It wasn't the rating that mattered. It was the comment. "Last night my driver didn't just give me a ride. He gave me safety." And honestly, that meant more than any tip ever could. because sometimes being a good person isn't about grand gestures. It's about answering the call and choosing to show up.